Nested if-else statements. Sometimes there may be a need for two conditions to be met one after the other. For example, write a segment of code that outputs parking lot access to high school senior drivers who have parking passes. All students who are not seniors will be denied access, and all seniors who don't have a parking pass will also be denied access. In this scenario, let's first ask the question, is the driver a senior? If the answer to that question is no, then access is denied. If the answer is yes, then we have a second question to ask. Does this senior have a parking pass? If the answer is no, then access is denied. If the answer to the second question is also yes, they are allowed into the parking lot. Let's turn these ideas into code. Here is a sample solution. We have two variables, senior and pass. Both of these variables are going to contain either a y or an n, y for yes, n for no. So in this case, this student is a senior and has a parking pass. So first, we check to see if they are not a senior. If they are not a senior, they immediately get an access denied message. However, if they are a senior, then we enter this code, which is another if-else statement. Now we check pass. If pass is equal to y, then access is granted. However, if pass is equal to n or anything else, we are going to get another access denied message. In this case, since we have set senior and pass equal to y, we are going to get an access granted message. The nested if-else statement highlighted in red on the previous slide works to produce the desired output, but there's a better way. Nested if-else statements are written with the else if next to each other like below. Let's go through the code together on the next slide. First, we see if the student is not a senior. That's written as if senior equals n. If this is true, then you get the access denied not senior message. And we're done. The computer will not even look at the other else if statements. However, if senior does not equal n, the computer will then consider the next option. If senior does not equal n, which means the student is a senior, we're going to check to see if the next condition is true. Is the pass variable set to y? If it is, we will run the code highlighted in red. So if pass equals y, which means the student does have a pass, then they will get the access granted message. In this example, pass is set to y, so the statement access granted will print to the screen, and the computer will not even look at the last else if. But what if pass was not set to y? If the pass variable is not set to y, that would make the last else if condition true, which will run the code highlighted in red. In this case, if we have reached this step, access denied no pass will print to the screen and the program is finished. You can use as many else if statements as you want, but it must first begin with an if statement. This code here will cause a compiler error because it does not begin with if. You can see right here it starts with else if, not if. So without an if statement, errors will occur. However, you can use an else statement without the if after it. Here's an example. So here's our else statement. We want a program that will see if x equals 3, 6, or 9. So here we've set x equal to 7. So if x equals 3, well it doesn't, so we don't run that. Else if x equals 6, well x does not equal 6, so we don't run that. We skip to the next one. Else if x equals 9, well x does not equal 9, so we skip that. And then we have else. So if none of the above have been true, then we run the else statement, which is printing x is not 3, 6, or 9, and that is what the output will be in this example.